Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We told you last week about a woman living in the Deer Creek neighborhood who had both of her back tires slashed. Her case was among several car vandalism cases in that area. Well, now earlier this morning, the tire slashers hit again, but this time in West Fargo. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, joins us now live with more on the story. Bailey?
Andrea, I'm here at Burger King in West Fargo on Veterans Boulevard, where two employees came out to their car tires slashed early this morning. Come on down with me. We still have one of the cars here, and you can see this tire is absolutely flat to the ground, and actually their front passenger tire is flat as well. Burger King's manager tells me this all happened around 1:30 this morning, and she says that it was caught all on surveillance camera footage. And she says that was turned over to West Fargo police early this afternoon, excuse me. Now, they also tell me that the suspect is a male. Now, this car had two tires slashed, like I told you. Now, the other car only had one tire slashed. And I'm told actually that car left the parking lot and only got about a block down the road until they had to pull over into a local gas station when they realized that tire was flat. Now, West Fargo says this is an active investigation. As for Deer Creek's tire slashing incident, that is also still an active investigation, except that is being done by Fargo Police. Reporting live in West Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Bailey. If you have any information on either incident, you're urged to call dispatch at this phone number, 701-451-7660. A nice break today from the frigid temperatures. Not only are we above zero, but nearly reaching 20 degrees. Hutch, we can't get too excited, though, because there's more snow on the way.
Yes, Andrea, it's developing right now. And for those of you in the Devil's Lake Basin, the commute this evening will even be impacted with a slippery layer of fresh snow. Now, it's heaviest in the central part of the Dakotas from Minot south toward Bismarck, but really starting to blossom a little more from Candu and Devil's Lake down towards Jamestown. That is drifting north and east at a fairly slow pace. And those counties under a winter weather advisory are a few inches of snow here as we go through the evening hours. That will continue to move east. Here's a look at Highway 2 at the Devil's Lake area. So certainly reduced visibility and deteriorating road conditions are expected, but it shouldn't be too bad if you take it cautious and take it slow. We're not expecting serious snowfall amounts. Fargo, temperatures nearly steady, right at 19. Our chance of snow increases as we get into the late evening hours, even after 10 o'clock. Grand Forks, chance of some snow increasing after the 9 o'clock hour with temperatures steady in the teens. Our warm weather won't last. I'll have hour-by-hour details on snowfall that you can expect on your commute to work in the morning here in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Hutch. We're learning more tonight about an elderly man who was found dead in a car in a Fargo parking lot. On Saturday morning, officers with the Fargo Police Department found 68-year-old Roger Geldahl dead in a car in a parking lot on 32nd Avenue South. Police tell us they don't believe Geldahl died due to the weather, and they don't suspect foul play. The incident is still under investigation. Breaking news this evening, rescue crews are responding to Southwest Youth Ice Arena in Fargo on a report of a 9-year-old boy who was apparently lacerated in the neck. Police say two players collided. One was slashed and is bleeding heavily. Police say that an artery may have been hit. The boy is said to be awake and breathing. We have a crew on the scene, and we'll have more information on this story as we get it. Stay tuned to valleynewslive.com. A Grand Forks man has been charged with aggravated assault after court documents say he kicked an Altru ER nurse in the head, causing a concussion. Court documents filed today say that it happened on January 15th when 34-year-old Christopher Rossi was admitted to Altru Hospital in Grand Forks. The documents state 3 nurses were in Rossi's room when he started to fight back by kicking and spitting. At one point, Rossi's leg came loose and he kicked one of the nurses on the left side of the head. The nurse told coworkers she had a headache and was dizzy. When a doctor on duty examined the nurse, he said the nurse had suffered from a complex concussion. There's currently a warrant out for Rossi's arrest. 2 women from Grand Forks are facing robbery charges after police say they tried to steal a cart full of merchandise at Walmart. Court documents state on January 20th, Tijuana and Tiffany Lewis filled their shopping cart with goods and ran out of the store. Eventually, a store employee was able to grab the cart and stop the two. The two drove away in a Dodge Grand Caravan, but police found the van the next day and arrested the two women. Authorities in Grand Forks have identified the man who died in a skid steer accident over the weekend. They say 61-year-old Robert Coons died Saturday morning at 600 High Plains Court. Police say Coons was working to remove snow, slipped off the front of a skid steer, and was run over. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A Fargo police officer was remembered today on this anniversary of his death. 33-year-old Officer Jason Mosier was killed in the line of duty 3 years ago yesterday while responding to a call for domestic violence. The Fargo Police Department, a police honor guard, and members of the community were on hand for a flag-lowering ceremony.
I wear a metal bracelet every day that's got Jason's name on it. That reminds me the responsibility that I have to Jason's family. To the responsibility I have to our officers in the department that go out there and do it every day, and anything can happen.
Officers say the ceremony is to remember Officer Mosier and serve as a reminder that this can happen to anyone in the line of duty. School officials in Bismarck are puzzled after a child unknowingly brought pot to school, thinking it was Play-Doh. Police say the 7-year-old child took a small container to school on Friday and asked the teacher what was in it. The child told school administrators he thought it was Play-Doh. The child's parents were called, and they said they have a lot of babysitters at their home. The case has been sent to the city attorney's office for review. More students are leaving Fargo Public Schools. The district's latest mobility report shows a net loss of 250 students in the 2018-2019 school year. According to the district, a majority of the students who left Fargo schools either moved out of state or to West Fargo Public Schools. Minnesota education officials are surveying districts to decide whether to ask lawmakers for a shorter school year after severe winter weather forced many to cancel classes. The Twin Cities Pioneer Press reports the Minnesota Department of Education is looking for information about how the last 2 weeks of extreme cold and snow have affected class time totals. A number of districts could fall short of the state requirement for schools to be in session unless they schedule makeup days or add time to remaining days. A spokesman for Governor Tim Walz has assured districts they will not be punished for keeping students safe. In North Dakota, breastfeeding mothers can be asked to leave public places and can be charged with indecent exposure, but a bill is looking to change that. North Dakota Women's Network held a press conference at the Capitol to talk with lawmakers and address the current issues with breastfeeding laws. The proposed changes would remove words in the bill that the North Dakota Women's Network say are subjective and not defined in the bill. The bill has been scheduled to the floor for a vote after it received an 11-3 do not pass recommendation in the House Judiciary Committee.
House Bill 1330 would change the conversation in North Dakota, and it would let moms and babies know that we support them and that we are supportive of breastfeeding.
Wolf says she hopes the bill passes in order to protect mothers and their babies. The bill is expected to be voted on early this week. Whether you're spending Valentine's Day with your kids, your significant other, or getting some girlfriends together to celebrate Galentine's Day, these homemade crafts can be given away to friends or family. Your kids can help you create a mini flower pot by writing a special message or drawing on it. When it comes to celebrating Galentine's Day, everyone can create their own stained wine glass. On Saturday, Unglued is teaming up with CrossFit Ice House and Flux Yoga to do a yoga and craft Galentine's Day celebration. There are still spots available, so for more information, you can head to our website and click on this story. A dad in Buffalo, Minnesota decided to take advantage of the area's heavy snowfall to build his kids the father of all snowmen. Eric Faub had a vision, a snowman that would literally dwarf every other snowman in the neighborhood. So over the weekend, he used the tools he had at his disposal: a snowblower, a skid steer, and a good old-fashioned shovel. The results, a 20-foot tall snowman that towers over the family and just about everything else. The area is expecting close to another half foot of snow this week.